Don't be dream killers.
No, I'm not saying just go out there and blast it and overshare it.
Because even that spouse you have, you chose them, right?
Yeah.
So just stick to it. So I'm not saying go to Google, because Google is like your drunk uncle.
But
who will always like, in my time, uncle, nah.
But guess what? My season had to come. Why? Because I'm in an environment where everyone wins. Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Season, bringing to you Chilling With The Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development. So we can take control of our life. Let's go and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling With The Chaplins. I'm LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady Caesar. She is in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know we're about that vibe each and every week. You know, you got us, you know what I'm saying? So this week, I am excited. We are excited about this episode. You know, we want to come to you with a 4-part episode series talking about think differently.
Yes.
Because in order for us to win in life, in order for us to have success, we need to begin to start thinking differently. We need to sometimes move away from the things that we learned, the things that we were that we were surrounded by, how we was raised and how we grew up, our environment, especially those individuals that was in an environment that wasn't conducive to growth. And so this series will help us to begin to align our life in these areas that we want to talk about. And so today we just want to talk about learning to have an abundant mindset.
Yes.
So, sweetheart, what you think about this episode and what you think about today? What you feel about learning to have an abundant mindset?
I think it's
why
critical.
It's important.
It's critical to have an abundant mindset. If you understand what that is, it doesn't mean just to be wealthy. You know, it means to me understanding that if, for example, we have a whole pie of whatever.
Yes.
And if I cut out a piece of that pie, there's still a whole massive piece for everyone else.
Yes.
You know, it means that if I have a bit of something and there's still room for other people to have something, and I'm not always looking at what's in it for me, but I understand that there's enough for everyone, you know. So in that way, a person that has an abundant mindset does not think in scarcity mode.
Yes.
They're always thinking, I have enough and everybody's got enough. So we find in that way there's nobody trying to rob anyone, nobody trying to bribe anyone, nobody trying to take more than they should take. I mean, there's just so many
No one has to be jealous of no one.
Nobody has to be jealous of anyone. Nobody has to think less of anyone. You know, everybody...
Or keep everything to themselves.
Exactly. And that would actually eliminate so many things that are happening on this earth, on this world right now, where there's so much corruption, you know, where there's just so much jealousy, there's so much envy, there's so much hatred, there's just so much craziness. And if people had an abundant mindset, that would be eliminated.
Yes.
You know, because everybody would think, oh, they just bought a new car, guess what, I'm able to buy it too. Not out of jealousy, but out of the fact that everybody's got enough and everybody's able to do and achieve what they want.
Because just thinking about a car, they make more than one cars.
Right.
They make more than one colors. So it's not limited. You know, that because one person bought a car, that don't mean you can't have a car because they have the same car, the same color, if, you know, so for you to have. So if
but
you want
even
that,
just in terms of resources of getting that car, if you have an abundance mindset, you might not have the money right now, but you know that you can manifest it into existence, right? So there's no need for me to be jealous of my neighbor or my friend or my sister or whatever, because I know that what she has, I can easily get.
Yes.
You know, just a matter of putting my mind right.
Yes.
So let's jump into it today. So I understand that you like the number 7, so we'll be speaking on 7 points on having an abundance mindset. And I think this is like the very, very good part of a four-part series, because it all starts up here.
Yes.
Once we have it corrected in the mind, everything else flows into place.
Yes. And even Joyce Meyer said, she wrote a book, The Battlefield of Mind. Because if we could change our mindset, we could change our life.
That's true.
If we could change how we think, then we can begin to change the life that we live.
That's
you know, even the Bible tells us, as a man thinketh, so is he. And so you will become what you think.
That's it.
And you will become what you think. So if you don't like what you don't have or what you're becoming, then check your thinking pattern.
I was just sharing with a friend of mine just over the weekend that, you know, it's unfortunate that we're learning this now at this age, and I'm excited for young people who watch our show because they get to hear these things at an early age, and they're able to alter certain things that we weren't able to alter. Because I so wish some of these things we knew 20 years ago, when we were still in our 20s, even teens, you know, where we understand that our lives are what they are right now because we have created each and every part of it. Because of the decisions that we made. And the bad. Not just the decisions.
And what we learn and how we think.
All that comes afterwards.
Yes, you're right. Because start with the thinking.
And what we have thought of that comes out of here. Because the mind, the brain, and the mouth are the two most powerful instruments or objects or organs that you might have in your entire life. You know, in your entire life. What you think of and how it manifests out of your mouth creates your reality, whether you like it or not. The good and the bad. So let's jump into it and talk about our first point.
Yes. So the first one is focus on what's in front of you and what you have.
So focusing on what's in front of you and what you have. Basically, to me, that means that stop being jealous. Stop envying. Stop looking at my neighbor, my friend. Stop looking at what other people have and just believe, like I said in my intro, that there is enough for everyone. Appreciate what you have. I think this point all basically talks about gratitude. It talks about gratitude. If you're focusing on what you have, to me, that's gratitude. Because you appreciate your presence, what you have right now. You're not envying your next door neighbor. You're not envying your friend or what your whoever. For example, I'll make an example. I'm married 5 years in without any children. Am I now going to be envious of somebody who has been married after 6 months and they fall pregnant? No. I'm going to be grateful for where I am, because guess what? Some people want to be where I am. They want to have a husband and they don't have, right? So to me, focusing on what's in front of you, you are in front of me. What I have, you is what I have. I'm not going to dwell and look at other husbands who are doing things that maybe my husband is not doing for me, right? So you are saying no. Where do you come from when you say no?
Because I would say a scarcity mindset sees limitations instead of opportunities. And focus on where you are right now. Focus on what's in front of you, you know, and begin to do the things that you are capable of doing. Because a lot of times, and I say what you have, a lot of times we limit ourselves by speaking negative things, by saying I don't have don't have the criterias, or I'm not as smart as another individual, or so we cancel things out because we thinking about the negative, or there's not enough jobs out there for me, or we think on everything that we have a scarcity mindset because we think on we see limitations, but a person with a growth mindset sees opportunity. Whereas you will see yourself say, you know what, I have 10 years of experience in this field. I've been married for 5 years, or I got my master's degrees in this thing, and so they see opportunities, or or I've been working in this business for 10 years, and they see opportunities where that might close, that door might close, but another door can open because I do have some skills.
Yeah.
I do have some skills to work in the field. Maybe that job is not for me, but I can start my own business because I do have 25 years experience. I do know how to deal with people. I do know how to network. I build the clientele. I built the client.
So basically, it means you're focusing on your strength, and you're not putting focus on what you don't have or your weaknesses.
Exactly. That's basically it. Yes, you focus on your strengths.
Focus on the good and not the bad.
And not the
Everything
bad.
of the good, none of the bad. All right. So point number 2 would be surrounding yourself and engaging yourself with an abundant mindset. People who have the same mindset.
Yes.
Abundant community.
Yes.
People who think like you. Even if it's not a lot, it doesn't have to be a lot. Because I think when we look at this point, we think, but I don't have many friends, and I don't want to keep many friends. I'm so with you. I'm just like that. I go with quality instead of quantity. I rather have one good friend than have 50 terrible friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I rather have one good friend that I can rely on and count on than have 7, 10 friends who none of them can come through for me. So I have a friend that we hold each other accountable, because I think that's where this community comes in, where you can hold each other accountable for whatever. So we hold each other accountable in terms of where you write things out, that our goals, our visions and stuff like that. And I had said to her, let's have time frames. Like if you want something, specify when you'd like to have it, and then keep doing that affirmation daily so that you're reminded of your goal. Because the Bible reminds us that without a vision, people perish. Right? And write your vision down and make it plain. The Bible is such a straightforward book that has such great instructions. I think if we stick by the Bible, we'll go a mighty long way.
We'll go a mighty long way. And even Tony Robbins, he says, the quality of a person's life is most often a direct reflections of the expectation of their group. And so it's back to the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around.
Absolutely.
Also, we mentioned,
they say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
Yes. It's back to when we were talking about when you're saying, I was telling my niece, you went to a school, a diverse school, and you don't really have no friends with different people, different races, and you have the opportunity to network and to make friends with different people besides your race. Right. Because you want to get exposure to different arenas, exposure to how other people think, and not because a lot of times if we from the hood and we just stay in our block or our hood, then guess what? We're going to be limited to the knowledge that we receive, because we're only going to know what they know.
That's why I'm very much for traveling.
Yes, me too.
And I really would love to introduce our kids at a very young age to travel, because it opens up their eyes. It opens up their mindsets, and they see that life is not limited to where they are. Hence, that is why you find that we have grown up people. I wish I could, use some words in between, who are afraid to travel. You tell them, oh, you're going to South Africa, it's a 19-hour flight. What? Why would it start you? Why would you be the first one to die on that plane when other people have been flying back and forth for years?
A scarcity mindset.
Absolutely.
A scarcity mindset. They think on the limitation, or they focus on the negative. Then the opportunity, to see another country, to see different cultures. Yeah, experience other cultures.
Because once you understand other people's cultures, you're able to understand people better. You know, you're not focusing on what you know and what you've seen and what you've heard, but you're able to experience why other people think the way they do.
Yes.
Why they act the way they act.
Yes, and then you get to learn from other people, other cultures, other backgrounds. You get to because you get
to see that the world is big.
Exactly.
And it's beautiful.
And I would throw this in there, shameless plug. This is a perfect opportunity to talk about our community that we form, next opportunity window. It gives you an opportunity to network with like-minded people.
Right.
It gives you an opportunity to learn and to hold yourself accountable with other people that want what you want.
Absolutely.
You able to see and learn things, and get ideas from other people, because when your mind will expand when you surround yourself around people that's higher than you, smarter than you, and going where you want to go.
Absolutely.
And you'll see yourself adapting better ideas because you're around a community that's going where you want to go.
And I always say this. If you're the smartest in your group of friends or circle,
you're in the wrong group.
It's about time you go.
You're in the wrong group.
You cannot be the smartest. You want to be surrounded with people who will, who will challenge you, who will make you not envious, but who will make you want to work harder and push yourself harder. You cannot be in a stagnant group where you're the smartest and you enjoy having more than everybody else. No, there's no growth in that.
No growth.
You're actually hurting yourself rather than helping yourself.
Yes.
Jumping on to point number 3 is creating an environment where everyone wins. Go ahead.
Yes, a win-win situation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where, it's not just about you. You create an environment. This is the point we were talking about earlier, where we feel like, I gotta hold everything in, and we get like that in the Black community. Oh, I can't share my ideas. Oh, they're gonna steal
Not even that. Like, I mean, even in the African setting, people will be like, you can't share certain things because there's witchcraft. There's this. Like, you're always thinking on the negative.
No, negative.
People won't share anything because of always thinking, some people are going to be jealous, and I'm not disputing that there are jealous people out there.
Yes,
there are people who would do things, But I'm also saying that don't always dwell on it, because the more you dwell on it, the more you manifest it.
Yes, and when you learn how to create an environment where everyone wins, then you won't hold things back. Could you realize, what? If I came up with an idea, and let's say somebody do take it, because you have an abundant mindset, you feel, it's not the same. I get another idea. There's other ideas out there. That's not the only idea that I can come up with.
But also they can steal it, but they will never
do the same, because they're not you. They
not just you.
They didn't see what you see.
Exactly.
They didn't see what you see. So a lot of times it's okay to share. I'm not saying just go out there and just blast it and overshare it. But if you come across and you happen to share something with somebody, it's okay. You don't have to worry about somebody gonna take it, because one, they're not you. Yeah. They don't have the same vision that you have. Yeah. They're not gonna do it the same how you done it. And another thing, we talked about this last time, that because when you share, you're gonna protect yourself. You're gonna protect your intellectual property. You learn how to.
But also, don't just share to anybody. Don't share to dream crushers and
dream killers.
Dream killers.
Yeah.
Share to people who will understand your vision and will carry it with you.
Yes.
And pray with you for that vision.
Your accountability partner or coach.
Accountability partners, yes. But it's very important to be a dreamer. I encourage all my friends, just dream, daydream as much as you can, because it all starts in the mind before it manifests in the physical.
I just seen something with the dream, and with a win-win situation. I'm thinking about Joseph. Joseph had a dream.
Yeah.
He told his brothers, He told his father.
The dream crushers.
They all envy him, and they all try.
Because dream crushers can also be within your family.
Yeah, they all envy him, but Joseph told his brothers anyway. It took longer to get to his destination, but he still told, and he wasn't afraid to tell his brothers about his dream.
Love that.
He wasn't
because
afraid.
You know what? He had an abundance mindset.
He had an abundant mindset.
And let me tell you this: whatever that's meant to be yours,
yes,
it will bound to come back to you.
It's bound to
I
come
don't
back
care
to
how many people steal it. I don't care how many people try to alter it or destroy it. But God will make sure that it comes to you, and when it does, it's gonna blow your mind away, because God is gonna make it double. He's gonna give you double for your trouble.
And you got to realize something, and this is the thing we're talking about, supporting people and so important. When you realize that you create an environment where everyone wins, you realize I don't have to hate or be jealous of somebody else, because if you're trying to get, and if this is your time, this is your time. So I don't have to hate on you. I realize that my time is coming.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can understand, we all can win. You might be winning right now because this is your season. But guess what? My season had to come. Why? Because I'm in an environment where everyone wins.
Yes. But also, just understanding it's seasons.
Yes.
It will not always be summer.
Yes.
You're gonna have to go through a winter. Yes. You're gonna have a spring. Springing up on you. You're gonna have an autumn when things are just falling apart.
Yes.
But still looking, hopeful. And then you're gonna have a beautiful summer when everything is glowing and bright. But everybody has seasons.
Yes, it's just like a farmer that's planting. There's a season for him to plant.
To sow.
There's a season for him to water. And there's a season for him to water. And then there's a season for him to reap. So there's different seasons and different periods. And during the time of the watering is the longest season, because you don't see it growing. You don't see it growing, but behind the scenes it's actually developing into the crop that you want. So and the same thing with your purpose and with your life and your goals. You don't see it manifesting when you're watering it.
Yeah.
You don't see it manifesting. You don't see it coming to pass.
And I think that takes us directly to our fourth point.
Yes.
Which is be grateful for the process.
Yes, be grateful.
Because if you're not grateful for where you are right now, you might not even get to your next step, because you are trying to get up a staircase that's lit up at once instead of taking one step at a time. One of my mentors, I shared this before, once said to me, Caesar, don't focus on the how. Just focus on it. It's going to happen. And if you take one step forward, God will light up the next step. And then the next step will light up. And then the next step will light up. But you got to be focused on your vision and on your dream. Because if you're not focused, then there's going to be things that are going to come. Because things will come. And will distract you. But if you're focused on achieving whatever you're trying to achieve, guess what? It's gonna happen. Nonetheless, the goal must never change, but getting to the goal might change. And that's okay. Let me tell you, I want to be a multi-millionaire, the first multi-millionaire in my family. I've tried various things to get to that goal. Right? Does it mean that because the first thing that I tried did not work, that I have to give up? Oh, hell to the no. Oh, no. You're going to keep trying until you achieve that goal. And because the goal is going to be achieved.
Yes, and you're going to make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna fail a lot. But in everything that you go through, you're going to be grateful. You're going to be grateful for where you came from. A lot of us we grew up in, a lot of black people grew up in the hood. We grew up with limited resources. We grew up with, but we want to be grateful how we came up. Some of us maybe been in a one family home, and maybe we have limited education, but we're going to be grateful for where we came from. Some of us had it harder than others, but we're going to be grateful for where we came from, because that's part of the process. We're going to be grateful for where we are right now.
Because let me tell you, where we came from actually, it's part of the process of who we are.
Yeah.
But we must be careful when we are grateful for that as well. Because most of us, it damaged us.
Don't get complacent.
No, it damaged us. Where we come from. Because most of us come from a scarcity environment. And we carry that into our adulthood. And hence, that is why you find so many grown people are still living in their past.
Yes.
They have not grown beyond what they went through as young people.
Yeah.
They will still quote for you, when I was young. Well, you're not young anymore, okay? Just get over it, all right? Let's move on.
Yes.
Okay, you were hurt. We get you, and we feel for you. But guess what? Keep moving.
Keep moving. And I see what you're talking about, and I agree with you. I'm not talking about being grateful and dwelling on your past.
Right.
I'm talking about being grateful and being thankful that you're able to come out of where you came from.
Absolutely.
Not use it as, and where are you dwelling on it?
As
oh
an
man,
excuse.
yeah, as an excuse.
My dad left me. That's why I'm such a mess. My mom was a drug addict. Well, you damn not. Okay? And you're gonna break those curses that you came from.
Yes.
Because you're gonna start a new generational line. Stop complaining about what you cannot change. And focus on what you can change. Somebody once said, I might have been born poor, but I will not die poor.
I will not die poor.
I might have been born from a family that had nothing, but I will die with plenty. Right? So it's where you're going to is really up to you.
It's really up to you.
We cannot blame anyone for anything.
No.
You can't even blame your spouse for where you are.
No.
It's really the responsibility goes back to you as a person. Because even that spouse you have, you chose them, right?
Yeah.
So just stick to it.
And learn together.
Regrettably so sometimes, but hey, just stick
to it and learn.
As long as he's not abusing you or she's not abusing you, just stay there and try and work it out. But my point is that, what is meant for you will always be. It will always come back to you.
Yes. And I want to say this. In 2007, Robert Emmons, professor of psychology at the University of California,
throwing us with some stats there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Some dates and everything.
Davis and the founding editor-in-chief of the Journal of Positive Psychology began researching gratitude and found that expressing gratitude improves mental and physical well-being.
Absolutely. A grateful mindset and a grateful mind and a grateful mouth draws blessings to them.
Yes.
Undoubtedly
so.
Even God loves a grateful person. The more you say thank you, the more blessings come your way.
Yes.
Instead of you, give me, just say thank you for once. I really dislike when you're doing something for somebody and they don't say a thank you.
Yes.
Like, I don't really need the thank you, but they don't understand that they're stealing your blessings for themselves. Because the minute you say thank you, you're drawing more blessings for yourself. And secondly, you're encouraging the person who's just done something for you to do even more than they've done.
And just being grateful, I'm thinking of this because you just experienced something earlier today. Somebody called you to ask for a favor because they were stranded. They were lost. And this is people with a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're trying to help people, they don't want it. You're trying to I got an opportunity for you to make some extra money, but they don't want that.
Yeah.
But when they're in need, now they want to come and begging for money. That's a person with a scarcity mindset.
If they had taken the opportunity for making money on their own, they probably wouldn't be in a place where now they're begging for money out.
For money, yes. And now they want you to bail them out when you knew they could have used this opportunity, and you're trying to help them where they can fend for themselves, where they don't have to depend on other people, but they can fend for themselves. But because sometimes we can be so ungrateful that we don't see opportunity when somebody is trying to help us out.
It's not even being ungrateful, LJ. I mean, you're right, yes. But it's also more to do with you thinking that if, for example, when you offer people an opportunity, like a business opportunity, or if I join under her, then I'm making her wealthy. It's not about that.
That's a scarcity mindset.
It's a scarcity mindset. she's come to you to offer you this opportunity because it's what we just said earlier. You're creating a win-win situation. Yes, I win. Of course I win if you join under me. But you win too because you're making money too for your own family.
And
right?
you see the opportunity that, okay, you know what, I'm going to her, but I also to get people to go under me.
Yes.
And so when you see that, you see the opportunity, oh, okay, I'm on her, I'm
helping
her. But I need people
when it's not a
to help me.
pyramid scheme, you know that, if you work just as hard, you're gonna even beat the person who you joined under.
Exactly.
But you just gotta understand the logic behind these MLM companies where you come in and you invite other people. Those companies have a lot of opportunities and money, but people just don't want to open their eyes and see that this is the new business, because not everybody can actually start a fresh business and run with it. So these companies help people to be business owners without having any overheads, resources, and all that, because it's so cheap to join these businesses, right? I'm not trying to recruit anybody, but I'm just saying, when somebody brings an opportunity, don't rush to say no until at least you try it out.
Or do your research. And see if it works for you.
Nah, because people's research is Google. Google is not always accurate.
Yeah, Google. But I'm saying,
there are people who put in bad reviews about something because they're trying to stop people from. And it's some of these people are competitors. They put something out there just to steer people away from that company. So I'm not saying go to Google, because Google is like your drunk uncle.
But
who will always like, in my time, uncle, nah.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about, when I say do your research, I'm talking about knowing yourself.
Right.
When you know yourself, you know what you capable of doing and what you can't do, what you can't do. You're not gonna I'm not gonna join something that I know that's not for me.
But then that's a scarcity mindset.
No.
Because what we say to people is that have an abundant mindset.
Yes,
be willing to learn new skills.
Okay, but guess what? When you know yourself and what you know, you be willing to learn new skills. Okay, I agree with you. But you don't want to jump, because that means jump into everything. If you see something working, or if you in something, you have an abundant mindset. Not saying that you can't learn how to do it. If you see an opportunity and you're not doing any other opportunity, and if you are willing to learn, because that's the abundant mindset, you're not gonna have a scarcity mindset and no, it's not for me.
Exactly.
This is the opportunity, and I could use this.
You're agreeing with me, baby. So let's move to point number 5. Train your mind to recognize the possibilities. Train your mind to recognize the possibilities. It's exactly what you just said right now.
Yeah.
When you recognize an opportunity, train your mind now. Train it. Because in most cases, we allow fear, which is false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. False evidence appearing real. It's not real.
Yeah.
But it gives you such a panic attack, and you're like, oh my God, I can't do it. I've never seen it. I love what Steve Harvey says when he speaks about his teacher who made him stand up and embarrassing him when he was still in primary school. They were supposed to write what they want to be when they grow up, and he wrote, I want to be on TV. The teacher calls him up and he thinks, oh my God, first time I've been called up to get a gold star, because he was a stutterer when he was young. And instead, the teacher is here to embarrass him, to say, what did you just write on the paper? And he says, what you told us to write. Didn't you say we must write what you want to be when we grow up? And the teacher said, yeah, but have you ever seen anybody on TV in the school? And he says, no. Have you ever seen anybody on TV in your community? He says, no. Have you ever seen anybody on TV in your family? Of course it's a no. So why do you think you can be on TV? Because I can.
Yes.
Because I can.
Yes.
And this is the thing. Even parents are very, very much to blame on this. Teachers most especially as well. Who will take children's
You kill the dreams. You kill it.
Can you imagine if Steve ever listened to that teacher?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be flipping the TV every channel and seeing Steve.
Yeah.
And I love what he does to the same teacher. He gives the teacher a TV, a flat screen TV for Christmas every Christmas. I want to be the teacher right now, getting a flat screen TV every year. So just to prove a point that don't be dream killers.
Yes.
Guess who's on TV every day now? Steve Harvey.
And another thing, I want to say, you only attract more of the things you focus on.
That's true. What you focus on grows.
What you focus on.
If you're gonna focus on the negative, guess what? That's what's gonna attract. If you focus on the positive, guess what? You're gonna attract the positive. I was telling a friend the other day that the saying that goes, people like to say, you ask a person, oh, how you do? Oh my God! Oh, it doesn't only rain, it pours. Like, it's gonna pour because you are calling it to pass.
I want to give you an example. Have anyone ever got a car? And the moment they got the car, soon they got it, you start seeing the same kind of car you have, the same kind of...
Not just the car, anything.
Anything. You start attracting. So when you start a new business, sometimes you see more opportunities that's about that. So, you only attract more of the things you focus on.
Right.
So whatever you focus on that moment, so if you're trying to learn or you're trying to build a business, start focus on the thing that you want to see.
Right.
Start focus on the thing that you want to have. Start learning.
Just remember this line. What you focus on grows.
Yeah.
Point number 6. Don't be a know-it-all.
Yes.
But always be willing to learn. And that is?
Yes. Your mind is the gateway. Your mind is the gateway of where, who, or what you will become.
Right.
Your mind is the gateway.
And it just goes back to point number 1.
Or what
it all starts up in the mind.
Yes.
That's it.
Your mind. So don't be a know-it-all, because sometimes we can feel like we know everything or we arrive. And the moment we feel like that we arrive, we lost. But
I love what Michelle Obama says in her book. She said, I'm always becoming.
I'm always becoming.
That's why she named the book Becoming Michelle. Because she said, I can never arrive. I'll arrive the day I die.
Yes.
Every day is a new day to learn something from someone. Even people that you think you would never learn from. If you look close enough, you will always learn something from someone. Even people that are younger than you.
Yes, always be learning. And this is the part where you want to continue always learning, reading books.
Yeah.
I know we don't like, a lot of us might don't like to read.
You don't have to sit down and read.
But
listen to the books.
Listen to the books. Listen, read.
Audible is the best thing that has ever happened.
Because reading gets you to focus on the pages. Audible is good, but reading you able to attain a lot more.
But some people don't have the luxury.
I know, but when you can, you still would like to read
it.
Because it allows you to focus better when you read it and see
the book.
So, but reading, we need to learn how to start reading and listening to podcasts or Chilling with the Chaplins.
Of course.
Or going to seminar, mastermind, doing these different things so that you're able to get exposed to learning and always continue to learn from not just from you but from other people.
Would you believe that once in my lifetime I was once known as a lifelong learner? Because I used to register every year. I would be in an academic year every year, almost for the longest time. Until I obtained my first master's degree, and then I tried to attempt a second one, because I always saw the value of improving my mind.
Improving your mind.
And hence I have degrees from different, sectors. I have a health degree, I have a public management degree, I have a business degree, because I really I wanted to know it all.
Yes.
As much as I know that I would not actually attain knowing it all. Even now, I'm still learning. I've got, if you ask me how many books I'm reading, you'll be like, how do you get to read those books? Because I made it my business. If I'm not going to sit down and read a book, I'm going to listen to a book. I told myself this year I'm going to at least read one audiobook a week. One audiobook a week. Okay, I'm not reading it because it's an audiobook. I'm listening to it. But it's still improving my vocabulary.
Yes.
Because I'm putting in those new words in my mind.
Yes.
There's this book that I'm reading. Oh my God, the 3 pages that I read just blow me out. What? I'll take notes, I'm underwriting. It's challenging me in such a way that I've never been challenged. It has even biblical scriptures and everything. If you want to know, let me know and I'll put it in the comment section. But it's such an incredible book. That I would love people to read, but you have to be you have to be have a woke mindset, because if you're not woke, you will be confused and it will just throw you out of the window. But yeah, so
hold
don't
on.
be a know-it-all.
And another thing too, you gotta abundant mindset. You can't be afraid to invest in your mind.
You can't be afraid. You must not be afraid. Like it's so important.
Investing in your mind, investing in your development in yourself is more important than buying that nice shoes that you want or that nice bag.
I won't hurt either. Like I'm investing in myself. I get, what you talking about? Like invest in the entire package, mind, body, and soul.
But you want to invest in your mind. I mean, you gotta invest in your mind because your mind. They said this.
Nothing hurts when you invest in the mind, the body, and the soul.
But we used to hear the mind is a terrible thing in the waste. Right. And so what happened when you don't learn how to invest in your mind, in your development? Then it's gonna go to waste. It's gonna be wasted.
Do you know that 8% of the people on Earth waste 90% of their mind?
Yes, because
they don't use it. They don't use it.
They don't develop it. See, because they don't use it. Because you don't develop. But imagine if you begin to use your mind, then you'll be able to use you be able to start learning how to use all your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind is big. Your mind got left, you got right, got all different components. And so if you're only using one side, then guess what? You're going to be limited.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to develop in your mind so that you're able to use all the mind.
And that's why
because
you got logic and
you got logic and you got creative. And so you want to work both sides of your brain, all parts of your brain, so that you're able to continue.
And that's why you shouldn't give your wife things to write for you and do for you, because in that way you're using one part of your mind. You know what I mean?
I see where you go. I see where you at. I like that. Yes.
Point number 7.
Agree.
And our last point. Be proactive, not reactive.
Reactive. Mm-hmm. Yes. Be proactive. We can't wait for things to happen, then react to it.
Yeah.
We can't wait for things to happen.
I think this, to me, as you say, that what comes to mind is prevention is better than cure.
Yes, prevention is better than cure.
You don't have to be sick before you go and see a doctor.
Yes.
Prevent being sick so that you don't have to go see a doctor. So, how, and I always say this, how people treat you, you probably have no control over, but how you react to the people that treat you, that you have control over.
That's what you have to control of. You don't want to wait to be repairing. Yeah. Because when you're reacting, you're repairing.
Yeah.
You're trying to repair the damages that was done. And a lot of times, if you wait too long, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
If you wait till you get 4 stages cancer, what's the chance of you surviving?
Right.
But if you are prevented ahead of time before cancer comes, then guess what? You kind of defeat some of these different things. And so that's why we had to start preparing before any crisis.
Yes.
Or before success comes.
And that's why they say, preparation is key for a person who wants to be successful.
Yes.
Because an opportunity might come, and if you're not prepared, it might just pass you.
It might pass you.
Because you are not prepared. For example, I'm a speaker, and if I don't practice my speech enough and I end up forgetting it, I could get a gig tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then they say, come and speak. I have to still practice. I need a week. No, that opportunity is gone.
It's gone.
I've got to be always be ready.
Just like we talked about too with Les Brown. He said he was preparing his speech every day. His teacher made him prepare the speech every day because this is what he wanted to do. So this is what he would focus on every day because the teacher knew if you keep preparing, eventually the opportunity is going to come. Yeah. Eventually the opportunity is going to come.
And you know how that happens? Because that's why affirmations are so important. I'm sure when I first started these affirmations, because on a regular basis, my husband thought I'm losing it, because I have.
No, I didn't.
I'm sure you did, baby, but you won't admit it. I have affirmations plastered around our house.
That's okay. That's fine.
Number 2, I sleep with affirmations playing in the background, and I say them whenever I get a chance as well. When I'm driving, I'm playing affirmations. I'm not playing no music for who? I'm playing affirmations because I want my mind to be packed with that information 24/7 if possible. Because they say if you what you focus on grows, right?
Yes,
We just said that.
yes.
And if I focus on the good and on the abundance and on the positive, guess what? That's what I'm drawing towards me. I have no time for negativity. That's why I had a conversation with a friend of mine today as we're closing. And this goes back to being proactive rather than being reactive. We're sending out invitations, of course, and she was like, "Did you send an invitation to this person?" And I was like, "No, I haven't spoken to this person for over 10 years. "Oh, I thought you were friends." "Oh, no, we're not friends anymore." And so she was asking, "Why are you not friends with this person?" Because she seems like a nice person. I'm like, "Yeah, she's a nice person, but our friendship didn't last, because I'm very big on loyalty. Very big on, like, I'm a sucker for loyalty, if I could put it that way. You step on my toe or you betray my loyalty, I'll give you a chance and we can talk over it. You do it again, I might just give you a chance, depending, the third time, block, delete, and forget. Move on. All right.
You don't want my wife to get to that point.
And you don't want me to get to the third strike because I'm like, you exist on earth, but not in my life.
Yeah, and she was
right. And that's why for me, it's so hard to keep friends for long because I'm a sucker for loyalty because I'm loyal to you. And if you're not going to be loyal to me, I don't owe you my friendship.
Yes.
I'd rather have this person as my friend only than have somebody who I'm not comfortable with to be my friend, who I don't know when I turn around what they say about me. You know what I mean? I will not be in a position where I'm begging for friendship because friendship comes with responsibilities. And if I'm responsible towards you and I will not allow people to gossip in your presence, in my presence about you, then I expect the same from you as a friend, right? If somebody says something ill about you in my presence, I put a stop to it there and there because that's what I'm expecting from you when I'm out of sight. And if I'm not getting that in return, then I question your friendship towards me, right? And I can't deal with you.
Yes.
And so that's my situation. Not because I can't keep friends. I love to keep good friends, but I choose my friends very well because guess what? I have an abundance mindset. There's so many people out there who can be friends to me. Good people who have the same mindset. Who will not be jealous of me in any way. Who will grow together. Who we will not be envious of each other, but will always applaud each other. Who will be accountable towards each other. Friends who will be happy for you when you win. You are happy for them when they win. Genuinely. No sense of selfishness or whatever towards them. So that's why I'm a sucker for relationship, but very good relationships.
Very good relationship.
And I would rather go with one friend than with 10 friends because for me it's all about quality. Instead of
quantity. And so today, I believe it's a good session because we have to begin to change our mindset in order to see growth. It starts with the mind. Before you could go further in any area of your life, you have to begin to first change your mind. The Bible say, I want to quote the script. The Bible say, "Don't be conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind." Whatever you want out of life, you first have to be transformed by the renewing of the mind.
We're out of time now. So, because he's going to start preaching.
Yes.
So thank you everyone for tuning in. We just don't want to have too much of a long video. But listen, please subscribe to the channel. We really, really want you to do that. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I think by the time this airs, we have to be 1,000, right? So thank you everyone that have subscribed. We love you so much. We also want to be friends with you on social media. You can follow me at @LadiesIsA1 on Instagram and
Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, Facebook, and
we forgot. Okay, but you can also follow us on all social media platforms. All right, and also
fan base.
on the audio platforms, you can check us out on
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music, as well as this podcast was sponsored by
Next Opportunity Window.
Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling With The Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control.